My next webinar is Unicorns Don't Exist, Why You're Getting Ghosted, and how to get in front of better applicants in 2025. This is next week, Wednesday the 16th. You want to get to this. This is a free event. And if you miss it, you can still watch it in my Circle community, but you probably want to get to this one because it's an important one. Now, where we're going to go with this, before I even start, I've put together a download for you guys. If you just want to pick this up, it's a nice, easy freebie talking about building out the exact system smart clinic owners are using to hire rock stars and stop burning out, stop blowing up their practices. The myth I'm talking about is really around these unicorns. The perfect hire exists somewhere out there. It is a myth. It is a myth. Unicorns don't exist. We have to be better than this system allows for. So what that really looks like is us creating a situation where we can recruit people who might be imperfect hires and get them to the point where they can function really well in our businesses. And that's a real leadership challenge. And it's a frustrating thing. We'd all love to just have the perfect person turn up, but many of us know that just has not been the reality for a very, very long time. And it's time to get serious about this. Now, what most clinics are getting wrong is this give mentality. There is nothing left to give. A lot of you guys have been out there doing this for years. I'll give you money. I'll give you perks. I'll give you flexibility. But all that ends up happening is the employees just take all of the benefits and nothing comes back in return. And it's an unfortunate reality that we have to try and balance these two things. And I'm going to talk about the employee side in a minute. We have to find a way to get this right. It's not about getting better people. It's not about giving the right KPIs. It's not about giving the right financial incentives. It's about fixing the environment and fixing the environment in such a way that it fixes the problem, which if we really look at it, what's the problem? It's staff retention more than anything. Recruitment and retention are interrelated things. If we can retain our people, that goes a long, long, long way to not having to be on this recruitment merry-go-round every 3-6 months. Where this comes back to, I know we've gone on a bit of a journey in a minute and a half, but it comes back to psychological safety. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this has just appeared in the Harvard Business Review, May edition, and it's really, really insightful stuff. And this is the stuff we were doing. Again, Life Ready 1.0. This is like the philosophical stuff that made our business brilliant. And it's getting away from this. It's not about fluffy, soft culture. It's about creating real safety. And real safety happens when you have honest conversations. So you don't hold back feedback because you're scared that someone's going to leave because of it. This is the tension, right? If we don't give the feedback people need, that just builds inside of us and they don't get the coaching that they need to stay either. And every time we're taking risks, we have to take the risk to be able to say to someone, look, you haven't done a good job with that patient. Here's what I'd like you to do next time, and coach them and develop them that way. It is risky to do that in an environment where people are dropping away and resigning. We have to do it in a way that establishes safety. And one of the most paramount things to establishing safety is having good rapport, good relationships with people. It's exactly the same way. We don't confront our patients in the first 10 minutes about what they're doing wrong in their life. We build that rapport with them. We might do that over multiple sessions. It's the same with our staff. We're doing, not the manual therapy side of it, but we're building that rapport through goodwill, through shadowing, through having good chats in the tea room, all of these little touch points along the way. When we're getting to transparency, this is something Gen Z in particular just crying out for. Please be open and transparent with us. They can sniff bullshit because they have lived online their entire life and the online world is full of it. So they're very good at sniffing this stuff out. The more transparent you can be with these people, the better. The more they'll meet you where you are with it. When it is a case, like you can honestly say to people, look, we need you to hit these numbers because it's very difficult for us to make payroll each week. And that is the most transparent and open way you can go about it. It sounds like that's the sort of thing you probably wouldn't have wanted to hear as an employee in a past life, but the world is very different now. And this is what gets people on board, is the transparency, the fact that my boss is open with me about the business challenges. And that motivates me to want to help my boss because we have a really good relationship. We've got good rapport and I want this business to succeed. Bringing them on that journey with you. It's really, really important. The third one's the most difficult one. Tristan White wrote about this. I remember it in one of his books, Culture is Everything. And it's this accountability thing. We have to have a way of having good cultural conversations, but still having accountability embedded within that stuff. It's not like we just do culture and there's no accountability accordingly. We have to have accountability, and accountability is a two-way street. If you promise something to people, you've got to be accountable to that, and vice versa. And we've got to embody these type of models and ideas in everything we do, say, and how we act at work. It's really, really important. That's the stuff that creates meaning, creates environments where people feel psychologically safe and they get on board. They get on board and they do the thing we want them to do. Now, what's happening right now, this is what I've been talking about for 2 years between Gun Physio Academy and now Culture of One, is the three things that are really destroying us at a macro level. So it's not your clinic. This is at every clinic level. Burnout, poor pay, lack of work-life balance. All of this stuff still exists. It's still the biggest pain point for our employees. It's still one of the biggest reasons we've got this huge attrition rate of good quality physiotherapists. And we all know we can't bring someone into our team, expect them to be an amazing physio in 18 months. There's a lot of work that comes into it. And one of the big challenges is the fallout rate. Physios tend to come in, do private practice for 2, maybe 3 years, and then they're off into another profession. So the attrition rate of good physios, like right at the point when they're starting to build something, is when they're falling out of the profession. And we've got to be better than that. And to be honest, the way to solve poor pay isn't to just pay people more, because most businesses can't afford to do that. We've got to build something that's going to allow them to get better pay by years 2, 3, 4 and establish themselves at a good level. Again, that work-life balance. People can decide that trade-off. You can't always have work-life balance and good pay. It is a trade-off in our industry, as it is in every industry. But a pathway to A and a pathway to B is really, really important, so people can self-select, especially at that year 3, 4, 5. That's what people want to do. That's what our industry is all about. What do rock stars actually do? What is a rock star? A rock star is simply a person who turns up on time, does their job, and completes it week in, week out. It's a lot to ask. Apparently, this is a lot to ask, but this is the reality of life in 2025. This is not a unique problem to physiotherapy, to health businesses. Getting people who turn up, do their job, and do it consistently is one of the biggest challenges. And our role as leaders is to train people in how to do this, how to overcome the little setbacks that come along the way, how we build resilience so people are able to come back from a difficult patient encounter or some challenges in their home, or episodes which shouldn't derail them, but for some reason can potentially. Okay, I'm trying to tread carefully here with what I say. And great leaders build rock stars. The rest, unfortunately, get stuck on this hiring merry-go-round. And I want you guys to learn these skills, the great leadership skills, so you can start building these rock stars, so you're not having to hire someone, start training them, and find that 9 months in, they're out the door and you're back on Seek or whatever place you're going to now to try and find your next big hire. Join me April 16th. It's a free webinar. It's 12:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be talking why unicorns don't exist, how we're going to build this evergreen recruitment system. And you can check it out via the link in the description and you can sign up. Hope to see you at this webinar. Thank you. Bye.